On behalf of Seeds of Healing, we would like to thank Southern Black Girls and Women's Consortium, as well as Race Forward, for allowing this opportunity for us to bring self-care strategies to the community during COVID-19. And although we're sharing self-care strategies, there are a few things that we want you to keep in mind that you need to do with your physician. So in other words, although you will be doing self-care strategies at home, there are some items that are shared decision making. For instance, we want to assure that you consult with your physician in regards to protecting your health with the appropriate immunizations. Prevnar vaccination, the pneumococcal vaccination. These are vaccines that help prevent respiratory infections. And we must not forget the flu vaccines. Yes, it is flu season. So between September and March, that is an opportune time for you to receive your flu vaccine. The last thing you want is to have one of those infections as well as being at risk for COVID-19. So again, those are some shared decision makings. We want to encourage you to follow up with your provider. And lastly, chronic disease management. If you have diabetes, any cardiovascular disease such as coronary artery disease, uncontrolled high blood pressure, these are diseases or ailments that we want you to assure that you manage with the decision making of your primary care or internal medicine physician. So keep all of these things in mind as you also apply the self-care strategies that you are learning over the course of self-care strategies provided to you by Seeds of Healing. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Gia.
And we're from Seeds of Healing. Today we're going to talk about building immunity, nutrition, and physical activity.
I cannot believe how crazy these last few months have been. I'm so worried about staying healthy and I don't know what all I can do for my immune system.
So building and maintaining immunity is always important, but especially during these times of COVID-19. And sleep is also directly tied to your immune system, so it's recommended that you get at least 7 hours of sleep per night. And then vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, magnesium, and elderberry are a few supplements available almost everywhere that you can use to boost your immune system as well.
I've heard of a couple of those. I know that vitamin C is an antioxidant that helps regulate immune system and its ability to fight off the disease.
Exactly. It's also been shown to reduce the duration of colds and flu-like symptoms. And then you can find vitamin C in citrus fruits, vegetables, and other fruits. And it's also been shown to reduce your risk of certain types of cancer, as well as reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease. And it might even help slow age-related vision degeneration and cataracts.
I also know vitamin D is mostly known for its role in helping the body absorb the calcium and helping bones be strong and protecting against osteoporosis.
You're right. Vitamin D might also reduce your risk for certain types of cancer, multiple sclerosis, psoriasis, and it can improve your cognitive functioning.
What does zinc do?
So zinc helps our immune system fight off bacteria and viruses like COVID-19 we know is a virus. And you can find zinc in oysters, red meat, poultry, seafood, and then also in fortified breakfast cereals. Like vitamin C and vitamin D, it's also been shown to shorten the duration of colds and in flu-like symptoms. It can also improve your skin health, but taking it regularly is not recommended because there's little research to back up these claims, and they don't have any research on long-term high dosages of zinc. Have you heard about elderberry?
Yes, there are tons of posts and articles about the benefits of elderberry, but little scientific research to back up these claims. Experts do agree that elderberry is super nutritious because it's low in calories and rich in vitamins and minerals. Research shows that taking elderberry supplements, whether it's in syrup or pills, may boost your immune system and reduce inflammation and reduce recovery time for the common cold or flu-like symptoms.
Yep, and for magnesium, our daily needs are not typically met in our everyday diets, but magnesium can be found in seeds, nuts, whole grains, beans, milk, yogurt, and in leafy green vegetables. And magnesium is key for energy production and muscle functioning, which who doesn't want to have energy? And then lastly, it may actually help reduce the risk of high blood pressure, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and osteoporosis. So again, further scientific research is definitely needed to determine how effective magnesium supplements are. And it's always important to remember that you should take this with a grain of salt because first off, supplements may not be necessary if you're getting enough nutrients in your daily diet. And you should always talk to a healthcare provider or other health professional before you start taking any supplements. Speaking of getting enough nutrients, what can I do to make sure I'm getting what my body needs to stay healthy?
I'm glad you asked. Good nutrition is crucial for health, especially during times like these. One big problem many of us face is limited access to fresh foods needed for a balanced and healthy diet. Instead, we tend to eat more highly processed foods with lots of fats, sugars, and salts. I have a few tips I can give you for improving your nutritional health. First, make a plan and only take what you need. Before going to your grocery store, look at what you already have at home and plan your meals to focus on nutritional intake. This helps minimize food waste and leaves more groceries for others. Second, limit your salt, sugar, and fat intake. Look for healthy fats instead, such as those found in avocados and salmon. Whole plant foods like fruit, vegetables, nuts, and seeds are also high in antioxidants, which help boost your immune system.
Those are good points. One thing that's easy for me to remember and super helpful is the My Plate. So that shows you portion sizes and how much of each food group you should be eating for every meal. The 5 food groups are fruits, vegetables, grains, dairy, and protein-rich foods, typically what we think of as meat. I want to stress that eating healthy is a journey and the goal is to improve your habits one by one. Try to focus on variety, amount, and nutritional value when you're shopping at the grocery store, like you mentioned. And then eating healthy doesn't have to feel like a diet. You can make quick and easy, delicious meals that taste good and are good for your body and your immune system.
It's always important to stay hydrated too. This is key for your health, and safe tap water is the healthiest, cheapest, and least wasteful drinking product available to us. Try to start drinking water over other beverages to limit your intake of sugars and excess calories. You can even add fresh or frozen fruits or herbs to spice it up and get additional vitamins and minerals to boost your immunity. You should also try to reduce or avoid alcohol consumption because it has been shown to weaken the immune system, especially with heavy use. This makes you more susceptible to disease such as COVID-19 and makes it more difficult to deal with the symptoms.
I know obesity also makes you more susceptible to COVID-19. Many of us have put on the quarantine 15 or at least a few pounds over the last few months. So obesity is a huge problem across the country and it increases your risk for diabetes, heart disease, and high blood pressure. Obese or heavily overweight people have a higher risk of comorbidity, complications, and severe illness from COVID-19. The easiest way to combat these risks and work on weight loss or management is physical activity and movement.
Absolutely. Low physical activity levels and a sedentary lifestyle can negatively affect your physical, mental, and emotional health. Self-quarantine, social distancing, and isolation is only adding additional stress and challenges. Everyone can make changes to stay physically active regardless of age, shape, size, or athletic ability.
So just how much physical activity should we be doing?
The World Health Organization recommends 150 minutes of moderate intensity or 75 minutes of physical activity per week, or a combination of both.
But how can we do this when we're stuck at home and avoiding interaction and going places?
You don't need a gym or any sort of special equipment to meet this. I know many of us have Fitbits, Apple Watches, or even our smartphones nowadays can track our physical activity and remind us of our daily activity goals. You can start standing or walking around during cell phone calls and even walking around the block daily to boost your health, immune system, and improve your mood.
That's smart and something I could definitely do from home. What are some other easy ways I can stay active?
If you take short active breaks during the day, it usually adds up to the weekly recommendation of physical activity. These could include a dance break, playing with your children, or doing household chores such as cleaning and even gardening. Also, just standing up reduces your sedentary time. It's recommended to stand up once every 30 minutes if you're sitting, and I know we're all doing that because we're doing classes online or working from home. You can stand by a desk or stack up books or magazines laying around to bring your computer or whatever you're focusing on up to your height. If you're sitting down a lot, try to engage in cognitively stimulating activities such as puzzles, board games, reading, or anything that involves learning.
I know some people prefer in-person group exercise classes or guided or personal training sessions. What could they do during COVID-19 to stay physically active?
You can always follow an online exercise class. There are many programs available on YouTube and other websites, free of cost. Don't try to overexert yourself and be cautious of your limitations though.
I'm feeling a little overwhelmed thinking about all the different things I should be doing and habits I should be changing to stay healthy during COVID-19. Do you know any way to help with that?
Relaxation is critical. You can practice deep breathing or meditation to stay calm. There are many guided meditation apps or breathing apps, as well as YouTube videos that are all free of cost. You can search around and find something that works for you. The first step is to start using these tools and being proactive about your immunity, nutrition, and physical activity. Thank you guys for watching this video from Seeds of Healing. We hope you use these tools to stay healthy.